Yep, so I was fired from this job recently for calling them out on the patient to staff ratio. That is quite dangerous. I've told a couple nurses I thought I made a med error. I thought I had made a med error between two patients in the same room. Both of them get insulin, blood sugar checks, and all that. But again, just imagine a hectic environment. A hectic environment. And I just do it anyway. I always have to like, check and make sure, check, that I'm doing like the right thing. But see, when you got to give medications to 30 people, you do things that you probably shouldn't do. And I know a lot of nurses have said that as well. So I would take two medications in there at the same time, but not the insulins. I would do the medications. We would write one a cup, whatever. I'm not supposed to do that. But and taking like in the rooms, whatever. But I thought I had given like the wrong insulin. And once I had to replay it, I calmed myself down enough because I was like in a panic and replayed it. I'm like, okay, good. Thank goodness that it was correct. But that shook me up so darn bad. Not that I made a meta error, but no, this is somebody's life. This is somebody's life. And then based on what another patient there had told me about how the nurses were giving him all his medications in one shot, and he said that he had reported and he had asked like the nurses, are you like call my doctor? You call my doctor? And they would be like, why? Pardon me. And he said he told him because can you do that? Like, can I have like all my medication at once? Because see, he's in his right mind. He's in his right mind, and he's a very smart man. So that's alarming that you would even do that to someone that's in their right mind. So again, imagine what they're doing to people that can't talk, that has severe dementia, or even just like dementia, whatever level they're on. If they can get by not giving the medication, they're going to do it. Now, before everybody gets into an uproar, yeah, it's wrong. Yeah, people's lives are at stake. Don't be looking at people like, oh, it's like their intention. Yeah, I mean, it's their intention. It's not their intention to harm. What could it cause harm? Yes, it can. But people are placed in these environments, in these work environments, where they have to do. Because if you don't, how are you going to maintain? How are you going to care for your family? There's a lot of single mothers. Not sure about fathers, but I know there's male nurses, but there's a lot of single mothers in nursing. How are you going to care for you and your family? How are you going to care for them? So that's why people are out here doing this everywhere. People are out here doing things that they know they should not do and trying to be careful. Keep that in mind. They're trying to be careful. Guys, we are in situations where no one is helping. They're saying it's okay in the state of Florida to have 30 patients. And then if someone calls all 40, are you kidding me? You saw the other video. If not, go check it out. Because this is like ridiculous. This is crazy. That if you report abuse and neglect, if you raise red flags, hey, this patient here is always falling because, and it's like, oh, you might tell. And then you bring up, how can you do what I brought up? How can, at this previous job I was fired from, how can you give people 30 people medications an hour before, hour and after? How can you do the insulin, blood sugar checks? Give the insulins. A lot of them will take two. Sometimes a coverage if their blood sugar is a certain level, and also like a long acting insulin. But they're sickly. So there's like a lot of medications involved. There's eye drops involved. All that I've said, and I'm telling them this. And I also said to the DON, I'm going to need someone to show me like how y'all do it. How can y'all do this and y'all medications is not and it's not pink? Like you're more. If you know anything about PCC, the nurses out there, CNAs, how is a PCC not red with all these patients? Oh, and also you have to do instead of like including with blood sugar checks, you have to get vitals because there's parameters for patients. Say for like the digoxin is like for like their heart rate levels. Well, you don't want to give it to them if it's 60. Okay, you don't want to do that. So it's like there's so much to this, and I pointed it out to the deal when I sat down and spoke to her. Barely listened. All she heard was eye drops. Whose eye drops are you having problems with? No, it's not the eye drops I'm having a problem with. I need you to show me how you can give 30 people medications, do their insulin checks, do their blood sugar checks, give them insulin, do their eye drops, do their vital signs for damn near every patient because the CNAs don't do it. And I was like told to at that facility I got fired at that they would like come up with these doing crazy doing numbers. Somebody said like everybody had the same like breath rate, respirations, and it's like I get that. I get that. So, but if I'm going to do them myself, I need time, guys. Come on now, we know this. So why is this allowed? But like I said, I had a discussion with her and whatever took place after that. And another thing, I would come in and I would say, I'm not, I would come in, I would see the board and I'm like, oh, I'm on two whole like cards, like four now? No, three cards. So I have to do three cards now with 40 people? Okay, I'm not doing that because I'm new. Didn't even last a month. I'm new and barely can't even get this yet. Now y'all want me to do 40 people? I'm not doing that. So what I said was I said, oh, I'm on two assignments, so I'm going home then. So I'm making some phone calls like, oh no, such and such is like going to work. Came in again. Oh, I'm on two assignments because if I am, I'm going home. Well, y'all can figure it out because I'm going home. I'm gonna talk about my paychecks always wrong, but that has nothing to do with this video right now. Many other dorm people too in that facility. People quitting. This facility here, their turnover rate 56%. I want to say Florida is 48%. Well, Florida's 48% in there. 50 some percent. I believe it's 56%. I wish I could just give you the darn name until you're doing Google to see for the darn self. But yeah, 56% turnover rate. And nurses are about to quit now. Treatment nurse quit before they fired me. The nurse, the ones that I worked with, was on orientation with, all of them quit. I'm not sure if Liz is still there or not, but she might be going too because we both were like, from the door, y'all, from the door. It was like that from the door. Paychecks wrong. It was just chaos. You hear me? Chaos. So again, I voiced my concerns. How these people, and I'm telling her that the patient's saying that nurses are giving him all his medications at one time. How are you doing it? How are you giving out all your medication? You have two feedings. How are you doing all this stuff with the flush juice? Listen, that's with the 5 rights alone. Like that's dangerous. You're supposed to like every patient, even like when I do like my narcs. I saw mine as I do and go. Some people are good enough not supposed to do it like that though, where they can just like go by memory. Some people write down on a piece of paper because listen, y'all, they do it like that because it's like so much work we have to do, so much work. But to fire somebody for speaking up for your residents of your facility is beyond. And all of them know. The administrator knows, which I was told that he's under investigation. The DON knows. The ADON knows. Which the ADON is in charge of infection control. And as I said in the previous video, not even now, y'all, not even now, there was not one person, staff or visitor, that did a COVID questionnaire and took their temperature. Guys, thanks for watching. Keep me in your prayers. Like, subscribe, and share.